when we design the curriculum of the children, should it be designed by adults who think that a child needs to learn things based on adult experience? Then it should be a curriculum taken by adults, not by children. So when we are designing, we need to understand what are the requirements and interests of a growing, curious mind. The second option allows us to comprehend, is nature a connect the finest teacher? Is nature the finest teacher? Yes. A connect with nature is essential and crucial. Education needs to be based on the various facets of nature. A child, we all understand, is born with 5 senses. The touch, we all know, smell, taste, sight, and sound. And these senses are forever trying to discover the 5 elements. Jal, Agni, Prithvi, Vayu, Akash. We all know that. He's forever trying to taste mitti or anything. All his 5 senses have to touch it, feel it, hear it, and that is when he understands. So, beyond us, his finest teacher is already preparing him. But we are intervening and disturbing his learning process. So, unless we tell a child, no, Weber, don't go to the cooker. It's hot, don't touch it, you'll burn yourself. His vocabulary is yet not built. He will go and touch till he burns his fingers. And that's when he learns that he'll never touch anything that is at hot. He'll relate. Then he relates. So our learning experiences should be based on those understanding of the child in early years. Entire education known to human mind so far is nothing but the learning of nature. He understands that knowledge is secretly hidden in nature. Be it mathematics, science, geography, philosophy, astronomy, be it anything. Everything is based on rules of nature that are already present. And whatever we know about education are the little secrets of nature pages that we have discovered, right? We need to understand and ensure that the child's connect with nature is not broken in these formative years. That we encourage in him the ability to dream and discover things still lying unidentified. You know, like Wordsworth had said, nature never betrays the heart that trusts her. The more you love nature, the more it unfolds unto you its secrets that are still untold. Beautiful stories, millions and trillions. You cannot, they are infinite. So education is infinite. You can never say, I've learned enough. No. Can I go to the back page, please? You see, when you have something very passionate and innovative, science is nothing but an expression of an innovative thought. It is just an equation to tell you simply in precise form. That's the victory of science. But science is not the ultimate, and that's the, I think, folly of modern people, that we totally believe science and mathematics. We have to think of things in totality. To equip the child with balance during his early years so that he gets prepared to relish the rigor and discipline of secondary and higher education. Yes? To the next page, please. I don't know, there's some goofer. There is mediocrity, we all know, all around us. Where have we seen geniuses in so many years? It's because of this modern style of education. And the mediocrity dilemma through acknowledging that there is some lacuna in the current educational system. We are cruel against creativity. Creativity thrives only in freedom and indulgence, and once harnessed, remains unaffected by incessant stress and competition. Next page, please. Take concrete steps now, and not stereotype education, please, in the formative years. Yes? Next page. Well, my favorite Ishopanishad quote that I'm going to quote after what I finished. Another thing that when we talk about early education, we need to understand all the while, my humble request to all of you, I have had a very cushy lifestyle. But I tell you, when I was making this school, and I was standing against all atrocities in the heat of Delhi, with only sky and me and nothing in between. And I thought, what have I come here to do? But I was very happy and the nature was unfolding itself to me slowly and gradually. So we created a school which was devoid of air conditioning, right? But we had a lot of visitors who said, oh, there is no AC. No, my child cannot. Oh, it's all me. It's too much of open space. I need my child to be in air conditioning. And my teacher said, you are making a mistake, ma'am. Please turn this, you're talking beautiful, but turn this school air conditioned and then you see everybody will come. I said, no, my duty is not to get the matter and the numbers into my pockets. If that was so, I would have not, and my father, he would have not sold off all our parental property running under compounded interest to see this. There is something else that I'm working after, because this is not the end. This will also leave me one day. All that will stay here, because the prime objective that brings us to this earth is learning. Whatever I learn and how much ever I learn to love and share shall be the next start for the next life onward, because that will be my bank in the brain and the heart that will take me further. So that nobody will take. And we on this earth have learned to worship the matter form of Lakshmi. Mahalakshmi, the Adi form, is to be worshipped in her Sat form. The Sat form is the power of loving other individuals, the power to share compassion for others. So I would say when we do not get AC, we become stronger. We could hear, today's time we have so many diseases we hear. But while even I was growing up, I did not hear cancer. Anyone who had cancer and various great people in various fields who formulate policy at the basic level. But yes, all we hear there is budget nahi hai, budget do, paisa nahi hai. But paisa is not important. Have the basic passion to run this education, and that is not what we are talking about. Apart from that, Australian High Commissioner, who is now Mr. Peter Verghese, who is now the Foreign Secretary Canberra, came to school, and I had about 30-40 calls from his embassy, Australian embassy. Will His Excellency be very hot, because he came in May? I said, if he is hot, what will be served to drink and eat? I said, look, all I have over here is tea and biscuits. It's back of beyond, it's near the village, so he shouldn't come. He should come sufficiently with his food if he wants to look after himself. And when Peter Verghese came, he said, how did you get this idea? And it is not my idea, it's nature. I'm just worshipping nature. And he said, can I be on your friend list? Can you call me Peter, please?
Teacher empowerment and continuous professional development and assistant practice. So, a warm welcome.
Thank you, Isha. Okay, I would take you just briefly to what ECC concept is. Good afternoon, everyone. And my presentation is very self-explanatory. We all know early childhood care refers to program and provisions for children from prenatal to 6 years of age, which caters to needs of a child in all domains of development. That is physical, motor, language, cognitive, socio-emotional, creative and aesthetic appreciation. This would cover developmental priorities for each substage, early stimulation interaction, need for children below 3 years, developmentally appropriate preschool education for 3 to 6 years old, structure and planned school readiness component for 5 to 6 years old. I would just quickly like to add what are the objectives of ECC. Very important. We forget this, which is very important. To understand the theoretical basis, principles, rights and developmental needs of children from conception to age of 8 years. Be aware and reflect on the perspectives, priorities and problems of early childhood and early primary education, plan and implement such tasks as shall meet children's need for health, protection and nutrition, implement the methodology of ECC for transacting different curricular areas from preschool until grade 2, organize, plan and administer daycare centers, preschool and grade 1 and 2 programs. Network with parent community and other organizations to generate awareness and seek their involvement in ECC programs. Appreciate the language and cultural diversity that comprises the Indian social fabrics and many coexisting social realities. To develop appropriate skill sets for transacting activity-based learning. To encourage the use of local talents and skills along with the contemporary use of computers in the classroom, create an awareness among teacher educators regarding various teaching learning strategies. I would like to bring to your notice the importance of childhood parent education. The first 6 years of a child's life are globally acknowledged to be the most critical years for lifelong development, since the pace of the development in these years is extremely rapid. Research in the field of neuroscience, particularly on the brain, has provided convincing evidence of the critical periods located within these early years for the forming of synaptic connection in the brain and for full development of brain's potential. Research also indicates that if these years are not supported by or embedded in a stimulating and enriching physical and